What is up YouTube, and welcome to this no exit breakdown, spoiler review and ending explained. I've been a bit of a loss for stuff to cover for this channel over the last week. With Peacemaker and Book of Boba Fett ending, there's not really been that much to talk about, but I saw this movie pop up on Disney Plus and I thought I'll check it out. It is based on the 2017 novel of the same name by Taylor Adams and focuses on a group of people stuck in a blizzard at a visitor centre. Now we open with Darby in a rehab treatment centre for narcotics, and she soon finds out that her mother is sick in hospital. We would later learn that it is a brain aneurysm, but the staff don't trust her, leading her to escape to try and find her mother against both her mother and her sister's wishes. Now she ends up actually getting stuck on a mountain and has to go to a visitor centre. Now she gets to this visitor centre and meets a few people after she contemplated doing her last supply of drugs, and she goes out to try and find signal on her mobile phone. She spots a van and hears someone tied up. The movie focuses around trying to find out who kidnaps this girl, as the storm throws a huge spanner in the works, while Darby tries to kind of look for anyone who could be responsible and save her. Now she runs into the guy Ed, who told her to go by the trees, but keeps the fact that there's someone trapped in a car secret, and chats to Ed and Sandy, who is Ed's wife, as the sleeping guy Ash wakes up, with another guy in the corner, Lars, who's incredibly creepy. Each one of them in the building is a suspect, as they funnily enough start a game of BS with the telltale kidnapped person outside. Funnily enough, this would, or at least hopefully, give her a good read of the people at the visitor centre, as she asks questions to try and find out where each person is from to match the license plate outside on the van. The creepy guy reveals that he is going to Nevada, which is the same place on the van's license plate, and he rages at losing his own game. It's a very interesting and tense moment, and he makes a spectacle of himself as Darby runs to try and call the police. As well, the problem is there's no signal. She tries again to send the image and a photo, but it doesn't work, and she breaks out to try and get into the van just as Lars arrives in the van and thinks that the girl Jay was trying to escape. And it turns out they're trying to take her to somewhere called Uncle Kenny's, which is their foster father, we would find out later. But luckily Darby hid in the van and promises her she will save her. Now, he is actually questioned by the others when the kidnapper comes back for snacks and goes to his van and is furious at people making fun of him, but interestingly he sees foot tracks going to the tree line, so he knows someone is onto him as Darby pretends to kiss Ash to throw the kidnapper off. Now Ash and Darby try to come up with a plan to take out the kidnapper themselves, and he whips out a nail gun and heads to the van to try and help her escape. Now the girl reveals there was actually two men that kidnapped her. Later we would find out that Sandy was also involved with it the whole time. As well, the both of them head to the van. As well, Ed becomes suspicious and is grilling Lars on just where Darby is, as she has gone missing. Now Ed grills the sketchy guy like I said and goes out to the van as he's suspicious that Darby isn't there. Now what's curious here is that Ash, who now we know is on it, questions Darby what drugs she has taken, and well, Ed's wife comes to talk to Darby and has to come up with a cover story with Ed's wife doesn't trust her at all. Of course, later we would find out that she was in on it, and they discuss Darby's mum's brain aneurysm, and she joins Ash and Lars at his request, and Ed asks about her dad's military experience as the tension ramps up. Now Ed scolds actual Ash for revealing that Darby's dad killed himself as Jay is outside of the van and Lars runs to grab her. Now Ash and Darby fight over the keys and Lars finds them and he's concerned about Uncle Kenny finding out, and they look for the girl, all three of them, a cautious alliance. It turns out that Uncle Kenny finds kids a quote better home, which is BS that Lars has actually fallen for, but they just traffic kids. Now it's an absolute cope and Darby tries to escape rolling down the hill. Luckily Ed and his wife find the girl and Darby manages to tell them about the van and they threaten them in the visitor centre. The problem is the girl needs her medicine, which is the kidnappers' lifeline to get the girl. Or at least the guys know that the wife of Ed is in on it, so she's going to play along. Now, they have the keys to the van and the dumb idea to burn down the visitor centre, as they don't themselves have the keys to the van. In an absolutely shocking moment, the kid wakes up and recognises Ed's wife. She was the maid and in on the whole damn thing. The kid used to humiliate her, and to gain their savings back after they lost them, she got in touch with the kidnappers, hoping to ransom Jay. The kidnappers lied, saying they were going to ransom the kid, but the kidnappers are child traffickers with no intention of paying them. She helps the kidnappers into the visitor centre, and, well, yep, Ash kills both the married couple in cold blood. Darby gruesomely gets nailed to the wall as Jay wakes up and goes to help her, but is caught. It turns out that her mother has also sadly died, and the police are on their way to the visitor centre as Lars threatens Jay to get the keys, and Jay and Darby realise that Lars won't hurt Jay, and she does her last bit of drugs to rip the nail out of her hand, which was a bit cringe there. And, well, Lars is held hostage as Jay distracts him, and he shoots Lars with a nail gun by mistake. Now, the pair escape as Ash burns down the building and Darby shoots Ash as the police arrive, but the policeman is shot, and it seems to go absolutely crazy from here. And I really, really enjoyed the twists and the turns. And, well, Ash is stabbed as he monologues. Why do they always do that? Darby calls for help on the police radio and ends up back at her centre with her sister arriving, showing that she has sought some peace and she's on the straight and narrow. The movie is a wild ride with twists and turns, and I really liked how it got me engaged. The actor who played Ash was really, really good. You may recognise him from Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and the entire cast were really, really good. Usually movies like this are very, very predictable, but I didn't expect almost half of the people in the visitors' centre to actually be in on it. But yes, I did enjoy this. It was a nice change from the superhero stuff and Star Wars I've been really binging lately. But that's it for this video, so please do drop a like down below if you enjoyed it. Please do subscribe with notifications on, and I'll see you soon, and goodbye.